Miss Nepal 2019.
सबटाइटलको जजिङ हुँदैछ फर्स्टमा चाहिँ हाम्रो मिस फेयर स्किनको जजिङ भयो अनि त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ तिनवटा जजेस हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि एकदम कम्फर्टेबली हामीले स्किन केयर रुटिनहरूको बारेमा सोध्नुभयो अनि त्यसपछि हाम्रो मिस फोटोजेनिक पनि थियो अनि उहाँले चाहिँ हाम्रो फेसको फिचर्सहरू हेर्नुभयो लेफ्ट साइड अनि फोटोजहरूमा कस्तो राम्रो आउँछ भनेर त्यो सबै हेर्नुभयो अनि हाम्रो थर्डमा चाहिँ मिस कन्फिडेन्स थियो अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ हामीले एटिकेटहरूको बारेमा हेऱ्यौँ हाम्रो इन्टरभ्यू पनि भइरहेको थियो अनि हामीले खाइ पनि रहेको थियो हाम्रो लाइफको बारेमा एक्सपिरियन्सहरूको बारेमा सोधिरहनु भएको थियो अनि फाइनली हाम्रो चाहिँ अहिले के हुँदैछ भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो चाहिँ अहिले मिस इन्टेलेक्ट हुँदैछ मिस इन्टेलेक्टमा पनि तिनवटा जजेस हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ माथि हुनुहुन्छ अनि मेरो टर्नलाई चाहिँ म कुरिरहेको छु एकदम नर्भस पनि छु एक्साइटेड पनि छु लुकिङ फरवर्ड टु इट थ्याङ्क यू
aspirations as such?
Yes, I do have aspirations to bring the change and let others be the change because I think change starts from oneself and change does not mean to bring a very drastic or a big change in a very single day, but I want since I am from a media background, I want to contribute my existence towards the media being.
So why are you here?
Why am I here? It's my dream and I'm into the nature and children's, so I want to improve the education system of Pokhara and I cannot change the whole world, but मलाई try गर्न मन लाग्छ ज्यादा पनि हैन त्यसैले I want to change the perception of people that education brings some changes and nature it should be conserved. So through the Miss Nepal I want to improve the society through education and natural conservation as well. So I'm here.
So if you were crowned a Miss Intellectual Miss Nepal, what would be the first thing you would do and why?
If I was crowned Miss Intellectual, I would be very happy if I was crowned Miss Intellectual. I would definitely focus on my Beauty with a Purpose project and I would I would say like, let's say, I'm sure we get sponsored also from Miss Intellectual as well. Obviously that will be a very big benefit for me if I win Miss Intellectual. It's one of the most important subtitles. So I would use it directly or indirectly in my Beauty with the Purpose project, definitely.
So if there was one person you admire, who would that be and why?
Any person?
Yeah, any person.
If there's one person that I admire, I would take Helen Keller's name because after learning about her story and after knowing her, I think she's such a great personality. She despite having her life in such an overwhelming odds in her life, she managed to prove that she was actually differently abled, right? And she also became the symbol of courage to so many people like her as well as people who are not like her. So I believe that I admire her a lot because of that.
Okay.
You know, Tesla Motors has done so well, and the power of the vehicle is really admired all over the world. I wanna I wanna try Tesla Model S, Tesla Model 10, because it's kind of like a dream.
In the 21st century, there are certain skills that one needs to possess. What are the skills that you think you possess?
I think being resourceful and leadership are two very important skills. One needs to know that one has 24 hours in the day, and one needs to be able to delegate, one needs to be able to select a good core team, and to be able to lead and manage a good team. Maybe not always from the front, but to be able to take a team with you to create the best possible impact. You might not always be the best in everything that you do, but you need to be able to collate a team and be very resourceful. So I think those two skills, and of course people management. People management is, I think, a very important skills, because that is one thing probably that the machines can't do for us.
So what is the difference that you find between a fashion show and taking part in a pageant like a beauty pageant like this?
Well, if I am a model, then I focus on what I'm wearing and how I present myself. But if I'm in a pageant, then I focus completely upon myself, how I improve my speaking skills, to how I present myself, how I speak to somebody, new people, and basically it's about how you grow as a person. But if you're a model, then you have to present some other people's work. Yeah.
So can you share with us an incident that's happened to you that's changed the way you look at things?
Of course, the recent incident. I think you all know that I went viral.
Sorry?
I went on, my interview went viral.
Oh, it was you.
Okay.
Yes, that was me. That had changed me, like how to be confident and how to tackle media. As I was new to the media field, I was new to facing camera, I was new to everything. But then suddenly I went viral, and it was hard to take. It was hard to believe that I was on everybody's phone, and everyone is tagging me in videos, phones. But it has helped me to build up the courage and to meet up people and to face the consequence, or to face the fame, a little amount of fame at least, to take over and be more confident. I have learned that you have to be more, I was confident then, but I have to be confident more in makeup as well, because I was comfortable in my own skin, right? But now I'm comfortable with makeup as well, and I learned that overnight fame or overnight success is hard to handle, but we have to handle it carefully, and we have to take it more confidently. And yes, media, we have to take media seriously.
What does Kiran mean to you?
Kiran is a ray of light.
Yeah. What implication does it have in your life?
The ray that the ray, I think it's the ray that I'm flashing here.
Kiran is ray, but
Yes.
what implication does that ray have in your life?
Ray. I think
So what is your aspirations? What do you really want to do in life?
I want to win this title. That's my goal. And another thing is I want to do something in my country as an architect. As architect and relating to this beauty pageant, as if I win this title, I will have that power. As government is not doing anything for the buildings that is not constructed, I want to be the part. I want to take the lead to do something for my country. That is what I aspire.
So if you had an opportunity to have dinner with somebody, who would that be and what would you discuss with that person?
If I had the opportunity to have dinner with someone, it would definitely be with Barack Obama. I think he's one of the most influential personality, and with Margaret Chan as well. She's the World Health Organization Director Head. And I would love to have dinner with them and discuss about how we could make health a public resource for everyone around the globe, not just in first developed countries, but also in third world countries, where health is a basic right and every human being is able to access health and optimum health.
On a different context altogether, there is elections going on in India. What is your view on Modi, Prime Minister Modi becoming Prime Minister again?
So, as far as I know, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, he's a very good Prime Minister, because we have seen the level he was and now where is he. it has really helped India to be India. India has developed a lot, and I think if he is doing his work very perfectly, if he is contributing towards his country, then I think being Prime Minister once again would be really beneficial for India, as we have seen his work, and he is really very hardworking, and he is really focused towards contributing in any way, be it economical status of India, or building a relation with with other countries. He's really focused, hardworking, and is very out there for the contribution to his country. So I believe if that works and if it helps in the development of country, then why not?
Okay. So if you were crowned Miss Intellectual, what would be the one thing that you want to champion?
So with 25 people, we were selected from the whole nation. So that alone itself is a great thing for me. And to be selected as Miss Intellectual from this 25 group, I think it's a big opportunity for me to present myself in my career. It will give me a validated point to prove myself as a person who can be a leader. So I think it will really help me do future project works and for my career as well.
So why I feel like mindfulness and meditation should be introduced in school is because we read about a lot of things, like science and maths. Most of us, I've forgotten all the science I've read, okay, all the maths I've read, most of it. But then these things like mindfulness, meditation, these things are important for every human being, right? And like the practice of gratitude, the practice of compassion, we all need this because we have so much complaints in our life, right? And if we ask people, tell me 3 things you're grateful about, I feel like people will take a lot of time to think about it because we're not focused on that. We're more focused on things that we don't have. So I believe that we need to inculcate those characters on our kids so that they can have a better tomorrow.
So what's the biggest challenge you have faced in your life?
In my life, the biggest challenge that I faced in my life is I lost my brother 3 years back, and I wasn't in Nepal. I went with my friends. It was a college tour. I was in India, and it was just 3 days. I've been there, and I don't remember laughing that much in my entire life. I laughed so much that day. I didn't know what was coming right after that. I didn't get the message also at that time because we were all in Water Kingdom, and I only got to know about this incident when I get back. And the fact that I wasn't carrying my citizenship, so I couldn't fly right away to my home to my parents, it still shakes me because I couldn't be there. And yeah, that's the biggest challenge because I couldn't be there when my family needed me the most.
So sorry to hear that. So how has that impacted you as a person?
I have one thing I've learned from that is that time waits for no one. Incidents happen, things happen, big things happen, small things happen, and terrible things happen, but it won't wait for anyone. You have to go with the flow, or if you get stuck within the situation, it's only gonna get worse. That's the biggest lesson I've learned from that incident.
So who is an inspiration for you and why?
Okay, it may sound cliche, but it is true. My mother is one of my biggest inspiration, and I think everyone should make their mom as inspiration because they have done so much for us. Apart from her, if I need to tell someone name, then it will be Malala Yousafzai. And I think not only me, but a lot of youth, and I think not only youth, each and every person should get inspired from her because she is such an incredible personality. She had done so much thing for the girls, especially in the field of education, and I consider myself privileged to get an education, to go to the school and learn so much because other than me, there are so many girls who are not getting the freedom to get the education, which is our basic human right, to be educated. And I think she has done such an incredible job, and we all should learn from her. And I like one quote she stated by Malala, that education is if we do not speak up, then there will no one speaking up for us. So it is up to us to speak up and raise our voice. So yeah.
I really admire her.
You said you were bullied, so like how were you bullied? Just because of the color of your skin?
Yeah, because in my class there were the very fair girls, and even the teacher were inclined towards the fair girls as the beautiful girls, and my friends also did not care about me. They just did not want to be friends with me because I was not beautiful according to them. So it was very hard for me.
But you don't have that dark skin.
But they consider it.
Was calling name also something that was prevalent?
Yeah, the names like Kali and Neeli, Nilkamal, there were a lot of names.
So sorry to hear. Well, you've done well. You've done well. You did the right thing.
Want to just focus on, everybody talks about the America being the land of 1,000 opportunities, right? And the American dream, right? So what is your take on that?
Okay, thank you. American dream, basically what they say is it's to have a house, to have a good job, and which I already have in Nepal. So I don't think I will have to make a home or house in a foreign country. And about the job, I was actually an intern. I used to work as a tax intern in United States. Yeah, for me, American dream, I do not go with that dream, with that mentality, because I feel like it's more materialistic. Because in America, success is measured in terms of wealth, where here we measure in terms of satisfaction and happiness and family bonding.
So you mentioned autism. What are the other different? We see a child very normal, but there are a lot of problems inside, mentally, or that's something that we don't see. Are you aware of other
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, disabilities like Down syndrome, that you might be talking about Down syndrome, and autism. Down syndrome, I don't know about that particular area, but what I feel is Down syndrome is particularly, we have to care them. We have to care them, and they can interact as well.
To say, apart from autism and Down syndrome, what are the other areas of learning disabilities that a child may have?
Child may have. Okay, there might be some children might have depressions because of family backgrounds and all, or might be what it might.
Have you heard of dyslexia?
Dyslexia?
Yes.
Quite not.
Not. Okay, never mind. That's it. Fine. Anything else? Okay. February 14th is known for what?
February 14th?
You're 14 number, so February 14th is known for what?
Valentine's Day.
Okay, can you tell us about Valentine's Day?
It's about love. Let me just portray this word love, because it will just depict not only like love is not something of like that relationship between only girlfriend and boyfriend, but having someone in your life with whom you have blind faith, that even if you hurt them to the extreme, they'll still hold a hand and say, I was, I am, and I'll always be there. I think that's love, and that is the day to depict this whole thing, not only with your girlfriend or boyfriend, but with your families, with your relatives, with your friends. Like celebrating the day of love, I think, is Valentine's Day. So how do you take the losing and winning the crown?
Okay. Now that is a very tough question. Like when I came here, I thought no, the focus, when we analyze it as a public, I thought winning the crown is very important, else you stand nowhere. I came here with that mindset. Though I was not even sure I'll get selected, but if I get selected, I have to win. That was the mindset I had. But when I came here, then it changed my perspective. It's like I have grown so much as a person when I came here. I was very nervous to talk in front of people. Now I can. If I have very strong opinions about something and there's even someone who disagrees with it, I can calmly present my point of view, respecting theirs. And ma'am, another thing is, like I've learned that I too can play sports. I am someone who has never touched a ball entire life. Okay, so like we had a sports day event and I had no choice but to be there. It was not a school sports event, so I could not skip it, and I had to be there. And we had a game shot put. It was a 5 kg ball and we had to pick it up and we had to throw it. If I would be somewhere else, I would find an excuse to not be there, but then I did it, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So yeah, winning and losing, yes, winning is important, but I want to polish myself throughout the journey, and that's how I want to win the crown.
So what's your passion of your life?
Passion of my life. I want to be I want to involve myself into philanthropic act. That would be my passion for now, but not now, but later on. And passion for me is now Miss Nepal.
So when you say philanthropic work, that's a wide area, right? Where specifically you want to focus on?
Excuse me, sir, I did not get the question.
Like social service, you are talking about social service.
Yeah.
There's a wide range of social service that you could do. So is there any specific sector that you've been thinking of where you could help?
Health is a basic fundamental right that everybody should be provided with, but half of the population of Nepal are not getting that. So I want to involve myself to make everybody accessible to at least basic fundamental health, right?
So what is the biggest challenge you have faced in your life, and how do you overcome from that situation?
Like, there were a lot of challenges, but the biggest one was like, I was really like, I was a happy-go-lucky kid. Like, I was always jolly, and I was really talkative and stuff. And I always believed in God. Like, I was a very big God believer. I would always talk to God all the time, like self-talk. But what happened is 5 years ago, my brother, he died of cancer. So he had leukemia. So he was just 15, 16. So what happened is, like, I used to be a very bad sister. So when he died, like, I felt really guilty. So I would always blame myself and really depressed after that. And I started engineering then, but I couldn't focus on my studies and stuff. So it was really a hard moment for me. But then I opened a foundation in his name, and we worked for cancer victims, my mom and me, because I was doing it, but I'm not very publicly active, like in social media and stuff. So it was really hard to like gather people in my cause. Like, I was like really reluctant to show up to people or talk to them. And then I wanted to do so much for the community, and it was really difficult because I wasn't being heard. Like, my parents and my family were supporting me, but I wasn't having a public support. So then I thought I should go to Miss Nepal. If I win Beauty with Purpose, then I get a lot of audience. I get a lot of platform where people will hear me. And so I said that I'm not a very like pageanty person. I'm a very big geek. Like, even like everybody teases me like, you're such a tomboy. What are you doing in Miss Nepal? Like I'm not a typical Miss Nepal person. Like, even my cousins and everyone's shocked that I'm here.
So since you are a sporty person,
yes,
how do you take the losing the game?
Losing the game, I have lost a lot of games, of course, in the process of being there. I have not been selected once, and it was also a loss for me. But I think it is a chance for me to learn even more. I know that I'm lacking something, and I'm going to have to work on something. I think that is all, and it's really great. Losing is not about being sad. It's not about. It's not that we are bad. We are. Lacking too much. It's that someone is better than us. I think we should appreciate that. We should take something positive from them, and we should learn and improve ourselves on that aspect.
When you say fast intellect,
Fast knowledge.
Fast knowledge.
Knowledge that I have.
So how will you define intellectual? A person being intellectual.
Well, intellectual is for me. I think it's different for everyone because everyone here is from different sectors. So everyone has different types of knowledge in their own sector, and that plus having proper knowledge about your surroundings and the culture and everything you've been brought up to. That's, I guess. Yeah.
So your transition from Rathabangla being a very formal school to ACE being a very liberal school, and then going to another formal setup of doing the Lok Seva. Can you tell us your transitions?
Well, Rathabangla was indeed a very, oh my God, I cannot even express that in my words because it was such a great exposure for me. I gained my overall confidence, and I came to know about my personality from Rathabangla because it's such a great school. The environment, the kind of healthy competition that they have. What I learned in 4 years of my BBA, I had already learned 50 to 80% in Rathabangla itself. So that helped me, That helped me a lot. And in ACE, I was everywhere.